What's going on, everybody? I'm DJ Jason Maur, the Maur Power Foodie, also known as the Tasmanian Devil of the Kitchen, and I'm here to make you the best burger in the country. That's my Just Peachy Baby Back Burger. I've already got some things started, so let me fill you in right from the get-go. I've got my homemade bacon fry, and this is 14 days cured, applewood smoked, going ready to go on the burger. I've got my barbecue sauce started. This is a peach apricot habanero barbecue sauce. Got some brown butter and then the aromatics going in here, some onions and habaneros. Now I'm going to add the brown sugar as well as my herbs and spices to really get some flavor into this thing. Just right down in like that. Give it a nice stir. Chop up that brown sugar so that it really starts to make a nice little syrup in there. Just give it a nice hard stir. Bam! Now, a lot of people do vinegar-based barbecue sauces, mustard-based barbecue sauces, ketchup-based barbecue sauces. I'm doing a preserve-based barbecue sauce. This is with peach and apricot preserves. Really brings a nice sweetness to it to counteract that spice from the habaneros. Remember when you're working with habaneros, when I was chopping these things, I made sure to put my gloves on because I don't want my eyes stinging. I don't want any of that stuff going on. And as soon as you touch one thing, you're done. So make sure you have some gloves in the kitchen when you're chopping up those habaneros earlier. Again, give it a nice stir here. Really let it mix in together. Little taste. Make sure the seasoning. Oh, God, that's perfect. The spice, the sweetness, they just work so well together. Play on your tongue. Oh, gives me chills down my spine. I'm going to put this all the way on low heat here and let that simmer down. Alright, next up, the burger. This burger is not your average patty. First off, I'm starting with 4 kinds of meat. I've got ground chuck, ground sirloin, ground brisket, and just a little bit of ground pork belly. Bring a real nice fatness to that burger. And also, who doesn't love pork? I've got 1 egg in there in my bowl here just to help bind it all together. Throw all my meat in here. My ratios here, I've got half a pound of chuck, half a pound of sirloin, half a pound of brisket, and then a 1/4 pound of the pork belly. And as you can see, I've got my grinder out here. I ground this all myself just now, right before I started. If you don't have a grinder, that's no problem. All you do is you ask your butcher. Say, hey, give me this meat, and I need a half pound of grounded brisket. They would be like, okay, and they'll bring you some brisket, and it'll be a beautiful, beautiful flavor to your burgers. I think it's probably one of the most underrated cuts of meat when it comes to making burgers is brisket. You've got a great fat content, and the flavor is just packed. So now I've got all of my meats in here. I like to season my burgers and actually season the patties, not after they're formed, actually get it in there so each and every bite has that same exact flavor profile and it really fits together. What I have here, this is my super secret 15 different herb and spice dry rub. Go ahead, see if you can pick out the different things that are in there. Really going to give this burger a nice kick. Let's go ahead and dump that in there. And bring some moisture to it, just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Hey, I even said it right that time, I think. Nobody actually knows how to pronounce that stupid word. But it tastes good. Now, you can't make a good burger without getting down and dirty. Get your sink going first so it's not hard to clean up afterwards. Make sure your paper towels are over here so that I can clean my hands off. Grab a sip of beer because why not? And now let's get into the nitty-gritty of things. Really give these burgers a nice mixture. Make sure all of that meat gets into every single patty. All of that seasoning gets into every single bite. Oh yeah. One of the most overlooked things in making a good burger is the burger to bun ratio. Your burger doesn't want to be hanging out over that bun so that you don't get everything in the bite as you're nibbling around to get it to the size of the bun. Nor do you want your bread to be overhanging the burger, so you have to take 10 bites of bread before you actually get to taste any meat. So what you do, you grab a nice handful, you've got your buns right here. So I can take this burger, and notice I've got kind of rectangular buns. That's because I'm using a nice garlic ciabatta. I'm going to take some of my bacon fat from that bacon, rub it on the garlic ciabatta, and give it a nice toast. But I like to do a nice even burger here. Make sure it's the same thickness throughout. Now I like a nice thick burger. And you're going to shape it towards the bread right there. Beautiful. Just like that. It's going to fit this bun perfectly. And I've got 4 gorgeous, flavorful burger patties here. But I'm not done. I told you that these burgers weren't your average burger. And they're going to get a special little treatment. You know that barbecue sauce I've had simmering away? I'm not waiting until afterwards to put that baby on here. These burgers are going to get nice glaze to them. What that does is instead of your typical burger where you're, oh, you know, yeah, I got some sauce on this part, don't have sauce on that part, and the burger, it's just, you know, you don't have really any texture to the burger. Now I'm going to get a nice caramelization on the outside when I grill these babies. So I'm going to go ahead and take this barbecue sauce right here that's been simmering down, put it into this bowl. Oh, look at that, that's so beautiful. And I'm going to take these burger patties and real quick, 1, 2. And now, with this one burger patty, I can rub over onto the next one. Flip it over, I can flip this one over, rub onto the next one. Because you don't want too much, otherwise it's going to burn the outside of the burger. You want just enough to give it a nice coating and a little bit of caramelization on the outside. Bam, bam, these two nice and coated, flip them over. Bam. Now, these babies are ready for the grill. Throw my flip-flops on. I got a dog, my little Hercules down here. Don't want to step in any presents he may have left. Alright everybody, while the burgers are on the grill, I figured I'll introduce you to the Maur Power family. Here's my Wallow family. You've got my mom, Bonnie Maur, raised 3 kids on a teacher's salary. First person to teach me how to cook. When I was growing up and my brother and sister were growing up, she thought it was really important that we all knew how to take care of ourselves and especially knew how to cook. So her home style recipes are kind of what have influenced me. I've taken them a completely different route, but I started with her basics that she taught me. She taught me how to make my first hamburger, a classic American hamburger. She taught me how to make my meatloaf, my pot roast, everything that you can think of, my pork chops. And now, I put the Maur Power Foodie spin on them. But they all come from her. My sister and brother, both older than me. You would think that the older siblings like to torture the younger ones. This one was the other way around. I was the one that would always torture my older siblings. Like when my brother was babysitting me, if he really got me mad, I'd tell him I want mac and cheese. Because, you know, I was a kid. Mac and cheese was delicious. And he'd go into the basement. I'd lock the basement door, and he'd have to come out through the outside and come back through the front door. But, hey, it's siblings being siblings, and he always got me back for those types of things. And of course, my sister-in-law, Athena, and then these are my 2 nephews from Athena and Eric. You've got Evan the older and Owen. I love these guys. I cook with them all the time. I'm trying to pass on everything. Evan loves to cook. We started with spaghetti and meatballs, and now we're moving on to some more complex things. We're baking cookies all the time, and this summer, we're going to make our own fresh sausage. I'm going to teach him how to make fresh sausage, and he's really excited about it. So, that's my family, everybody. That's my family with a Siberian tiger. All good things. It's family, and these are the people I love to cook for. I love to cook for my family and my friends. And speaking of my friends, I'm going to show you one more picture. There's a picture right here. This is my brother's Navy graduation. I'm the little short chubby kid over here. I was a real chubster back then. And the tall guy, that's my best friend Tim. We make a nice odd couple there, you know, tall, big guy, and then me, the little chubster. Abbott and Costello-like. But he's doing the filming right now, so thank you, Tim. Always been supportive of all the things I do. I think it's about time to flip the burgers. So, this is smoked cheddar. This is what's going to go on these burgers next. I'm going to flip them, I'm going to put the cheddar on, let it melt down. It's pitch black out here, so I'll see you in a second. Alright, the next step, as I said, is we're going to toast this garlic ciabatta. to get the really perfect flavor on there, I've got all my bacon fat from my nice fried bacon here ready to go on the burger, just crisping up perfectly. So I'm just going to take a spoon a little bit of bacon fat on both the top and bottom of each slice of bread here. The reason I like my bread toasted for a burger is real simple. Any good burger is really messy, and you need a bread that's going to hold up to that burger. I got my burgers grilled up. This is what I'm talking about. See that caramelization on the bottom of the burger from coating it with that sauce? Gives it a nice little crunch right up to the burger itself, not just from the condiments. That cheese melted across the top, gorgeously melted across the entire thing. And then something I didn't even tell you about. These are grilled peaches. You slice up a nice fresh peach, you grill it just a little bit on each side so you get some nice grill marks on there. Get the beautiful sweetness of the peach, but it also brings out a brand new flavor. You ever had grilled pineapple? It's delicious. The close second and the most underrated grilled fruit there is, the peach. Alright, the last thing I needed to make for these burgers are these babies. I pickle these jalapenos right here. Beautiful, tasty, flavorful. Then I make a nice flour dredge, just all-purpose flour and some Old Bay seasoning. You put the jalapenos right in that flour dredge just to get a nice little bit of breading. I'm not trying to make like a fried pickle here. I'm not trying to make a batter. I just want some crispness on the outside of these jalapenos. It's time to construct this baby. Beautifully toasted ciabatta. Look at how perfect these are. Just smell the roasted garlic in there. Awesome. Every single slice just beautifully toasted. Then I'm going to take one of my burgers. And what did I talk about? This burger fits perfectly on this piece of bread. There's no overhangs. Every single bite you're going to get every single flavor. The cheese, the bread, the barbecue sauce, just a little bit more on top right here. And again, you want to make sure it's nice and even. Slight coat. Remember, there's some on the burger already. I don't want that to be the overpowering flavor. So just a nice slight coat on the top. Bacon. Crisp, beautiful, homemade bacon. Right there. The grilled peaches. That would be more bacon. Nobody cares, but I would put, yeah, why not? More bacon. Never hurt anybody, right? Few grilled peaches. Grab a couple of these jalapeno chips right here. Ooh, baby, those guys are hot. Now, of course, nice piece of bread on top. Look at the juices oozing off of that burger. Oh, I'm so excited. There's not much better in life than a beer and a burger. Except for maybe a beer and the nation's best burger. Pick this baby up. Like I said, all burgers should be messy. My God. The sweet, the spice, the savory, each and every flavor just plays off your tongue, one right off another. And you know what? Cooked to a perfect medium rare, it only gets better with each bite. God, that's good. My friends thought I was crazy putting peaches on a burger, and now it's the most requested burger I make. This thing is the best burger in the country. But God, this kitchen's a mess. I told you I was a Tasmanian devil here. Anyways, I'm DJ Jason Maur. I brought my burger to my friends and family. Now I'm bringing it across the USA to each and every one of you. This is the Maur Power Foodie, signing off.